Men, here's the reality. Not every woman you meet will be interested in you, and recognizing the signs early can save you time, energy, and emotional investment. Too many men waste months, or even years, chasing someone who has no genuine desire to be with them. Female psychology is clear. Interest is shown through action, consistency, and energy. If a woman isn't into you, she will communicate it, often subtly, but the signs are always there if you know what to look for. Understanding these behaviors isn't about ego or rejection. It's about awareness and strategy. When you can identify disinterest quickly, you maintain your value, protect your emotional energy, and redirect your focus toward women who genuinely want to be with you. Women naturally invest in men they find attractive, reliable, and emotionally high value. Conversely, a lack of interest shows itself in consistent patterns: avoidance, minimal engagement, and lack of effort. Recognizing these patterns allows you to act wisely and maintain self-respect. In this guide, we'll break down 7 clear behaviors women display when they are not interested. These are rooted in psychology and human behavior, and they're consistent across different personalities and situations. Each section will give you actionable insights so you can spot disinterest early, adjust your approach if necessary, and make confident decisions about whether to invest further. The key is observation and honesty. Ignoring red flags often leads to frustration, wasted effort, and lowered confidence. By learning to read her behavior objectively, you reclaim control over your interactions, emotional state, and dating outcomes. Women respond to men who are self-aware, discerning, and emotionally grounded, and recognizing disinterest is a crucial part of being that man. 1. She stops initiating contact men. The first clear sign a woman isn't interested in you is that she stops initiating contact. Interest is always shown through effort. If she genuinely likes you, she will make attempts to connect, texting, calling, or finding reasons to spend time with you. When she stops initiating, it's a strong signal that you are no longer a priority in her mind. Many men fail to recognize this because they confuse occasional messages with genuine engagement. Sporadic communication is not a sign of attraction. Consistent effort is. Pay attention to the patterns of her communication. Is she only responding when you reach out? Does she take hours or even days to reply without explanation? Is the tone flat, minimal, or indifferent? These behaviors indicate that she is not invested emotionally or mentally. A woman who is interested will create opportunities to maintain the connection, even subtly. When she stops doing that, it reflects her internal priorities and lack of desire to engage with you meaningfully. Behaviorally, you should observe her consistency over time. A single delayed response or busy week doesn't necessarily indicate disinterest. Look at the long-term pattern. If she never reaches out first, rarely initiates plans, and only engages reactively, she is signaling a lack of interest. Many men ignore this and continue investing their energy, often rationalizing her behavior as busy or distracted. This is a dangerous trap because it leads to frustration, lowered self-esteem, and wasted effort on someone who isn't invested. Psychologically, this is a reflection of human nature. Women invest their attention and energy where there is value, attraction, and reciprocity. If she is not interested, she subconsciously withdraws her energy and becomes emotionally unavailable. Initiation is a fundamental way humans demonstrate interest. If she isn't taking this step, she is sending a clear signal without needing to say it outright. Understanding this allows you to protect your emotional resources and avoid chasing someone who doesn't prioritize you. Responding appropriately means acknowledging the reality without overreacting. Do not increase your efforts to win her back or try to force her attention. It only signals desperation and lowers your value. Maintain your composure, Focus on your life and recognize that her lack of initiation is a choice, not a reflection of your worth. High-value men redirect their energy to situations where interest is mutual and respect is present. In short, when a woman stops initiating contact, it's one of the clearest signs she isn't interested. Patterns of reactive communication, minimal effort, and lack of engagement all point to disinterest. Recognizing this early protects your emotional energy, reinforces your self-respect, and allows you to focus on connections where attraction and effort are reciprocated. Initiation is a fundamental measure of interest. If it's absent, the decision is clear. 2. She gives minimal effort. Men, the second major sign that a woman isn't interested in you is that she gives minimal effort in your interactions. Interest is expressed not only through words, but also through consistent action. A woman who cares about building a connection will invest energy into planning time together, engaging in conversations, and showing thoughtfulness. When these efforts disappear or are consistently half-hearted, it's a clear indicator that her interest has waned. Pay attention to how she responds to your efforts. If you suggest plans or initiate meaningful conversations and she consistently responds with vague answers, excuses, or non-committal behavior, she is signaling disinterest. For instance, statements like, "Maybe, I'll see," or "I'll let you know," repeated over time, are her way of avoiding commitment without directly rejecting you. Minimal effort can also appear in subtle ways. She may ignore your attempts at humor, fail to ask questions about your life, or provide only short, unengaged replies. These behaviors reflect a lack of emotional investment and priority. Behaviorally, observe the ratio of effort between you and her. High-value women naturally match the energy you put into interactions, or even elevate it. If the effort is consistently one-sided, it indicates that she is not invested in maintaining a meaningful connection. Many men ignore this imbalance because they hope interest will grow over time. Unfortunately, investing in someone who doesn't reciprocate only diminishes your value and puts you in a position of chasing rather than being pursued. Psychologically, humans are wired to invest where value and reciprocity are present. A woman who is genuinely interested will demonstrate attention, care, and consistency because she wants the connection to grow. When she withdraws effort, it signals to your subconscious that the relationship, or potential relationship, is no longer important to her. Recognizing this pattern allows you to make rational decisions rather than falling prey to hope, wishful thinking, or emotional manipulation. Maintaining composure when faced with minimal effort is critical. Do not overcompensate by giving more attention, trying to win her over, or expressing frustration repeatedly. These reactions only highlight emotional dependency and desperation, which reduces attraction. Instead, observe, assess, and respond rationally. If her behavior continues to signal disinterest, redirect your time and energy toward opportunities where interest, respect, and effort are mutual. Minimal effort often accompanies other signs of disinterest, like lack of initiation or inconsistent communication. Together, they paint a clear picture of her priorities and emotional availability. High-value men recognize these patterns quickly and act accordingly. They do not chase those who do not invest in them. In short, when a woman consistently gives minimal effort, it is a strong signal she is not genuinely interested. Pay attention to the imbalance in engagement, the quality of her responses, and her commitment to the connection. Recognizing this early protects your emotional energy, reinforces your self-respect, and allows you to focus on women who reciprocate your attention and value. 3. She avoids meaningful conversation. Men, the third sign that a woman isn't interested in you is when she avoids meaningful conversation. Women who are genuinely attracted will engage in dialogue that creates connection, explores feelings, and builds intimacy. If her responses are consistently superficial, dismissive, or flat, it's a sign she isn't investing emotionally in the interaction. Small talk, one-word answers, or repeated changes of topic are subtle indicators that she's not motivated to connect with you on a deeper level. Meaningful conversation is more than just casual exchange. It's about curiosity, effort, and emotional investment. If she avoids discussing personal topics, shows no interest in your life, or doesn't ask questions to get to know you better, it reflects a lack of attraction and effort. Many men mistake this for shyness, busyness, or a personality quirk, but over time, patterns emerge. A woman who is genuinely interested will consistently show engagement, ask follow-up questions, and share parts of her life willingly. Avoidance, on the other hand, signals disinterest. Behaviorally, you can spot this pattern by paying attention to the flow of conversation. Does she respond minimally? Does she redirect topics away from deeper discussion or change the subject abruptly? Is she present in the conversation emotionally, or does she seem detached, distracted, or indifferent? Women who are disinterested rarely invest in creating meaningful moments of connection because they are not motivated to deepen the relationship. Psychologically, this is about energy and intention. Conversations are vehicles for emotional connection and attraction. When she avoids them, it indicates that she is not prioritizing you emotionally or mentally. Humans are wired to invest energy where interest exists. If she is not willing to engage thoughtfully, it reflects a lack of motivation to pursue connection, signaling that your efforts will not be met with the level of engagement necessary to build attraction. Responding effectively means observing without overcompensating. Do not beg for attention, force conversations, or over-explain yourself. These behaviors diminish your value and make you appear desperate. Instead, maintain composure and redirect your energy toward interactions where engagement is mutual. A high-value man recognizes that meaningful conversation is a two-way street. If she isn't willing to participate, it's a clear indicator that she is not invested. Avoidance of meaningful conversation often accompanies other signs of disinterest, like minimal effort or lack of initiation. Together, these behaviors reveal the truth about her priorities and intentions. Recognizing this early allows you to preserve your self-respect and avoid wasting time chasing someone who is not genuinely interested. In short, if a woman avoids meaningful conversation, it's a strong indicator that she isn't invested in building a connection with you. Patterns of disengagement, superficial responses, and lack of curiosity reveal disinterest. Recognizing this protects your emotional energy and allows you to focus on women who are ready to engage, communicate, and invest in mutual attraction. 4. She's inconsistent with communication. Men, the fourth unmistakable sign that a woman isn't interested in you is inconsistency in communication. Interest is reflected in reliability and engagement. A woman who is genuinely attracted and invested will communicate in a steady, predictable manner. She will reply in a timely way, follow through on plans, and maintain a level of attention that shows she values your presence. When her communication is erratic, sometimes hot, sometimes cold, it signals that she does not prioritize you and is not emotionally invested in building a connection. Inconsistency can take many forms. She may respond enthusiastically one day and go silent the next, cancel plans at the last minute repeatedly, or reply to messages only when it's convenient for her. These behaviors are not accidental. They reflect her priorities and her level of interest. Many men rationalize this behavior as she's busy or she's playing hard to get. But over time, patterns reveal the truth. Women who are genuinely interested make consistent efforts because they want to invest in the relationship. Inconsistent communication, by contrast, is a clear red flag. Behaviorally, observe her engagement over time. Take note of response times, the quality of her replies, and her follow-through on plans. A single delayed reply doesn't necessarily indicate disinterest, but when irregularity becomes a pattern, it is an indicator of emotional distance. High-value men pay attention to these patterns rather than getting caught up in temporary fluctuations. Consistency in communication is a basic form of respect and investment. If it's missing, it shows she isn't prioritizing you. Psychologically, inconsistency creates confusion and emotional uncertainty, which can be draining for men who are genuinely interested. Women instinctively respond to men who are composed, confident, and emotionally self-contained. When she sees that her inconsistent behavior does not manipulate or control your attention, she either adjusts to show genuine interest or reveals her true disinterest. Inconsistent communication often reflects her internal decision-making. If she's wavering, it signals that she is not emotionally committed. Responding effectively to inconsistency means maintaining your own standards and composure. Do not chase her when she disappears or overcompensate by sending repeated messages. High-value men match engagement with reciprocity. If she does not demonstrate consistent effort, it is a signal to step back, protect your time and energy, and focus on interactions that are reciprocal and fulfilling. In short, inconsistency in communication is one of the clearest signs that a woman is not interested. Patterns of hot and cold messaging, delayed responses, or failure to follow through reveal her lack of emotional investment. Recognizing this early allows you to maintain self-respect, avoid chasing someone who does not value your attention, and redirect energy toward women who genuinely reciprocate your interest. 5. She avoids spending time. Alone with you men, the fifth tell that a woman isn't interested is her avoidance of spending quality, one-on-one time with you. Attraction is not just about words, it's about effort, presence, and prioritizing shared experiences. A woman who likes you will make space in her life to be with you, even if it's in small ways. When she consistently avoids alone time, cancels plans, or only engages in group settings where intimacy is diluted, she is signaling that she does not value a deeper connection with you. Avoidance can be subtle. She may agree to meet, but frequently forget or claim to be busy. She may make excuses to meet only in public or group scenarios, or she may refuse invitations that suggest emotional or physical closeness. These behaviors are deliberate signals. Women naturally seek closeness with men they are genuinely interested in. If she avoids one-on-one interactions, it reflects her lack of desire to invest in your presence. Many men ignore these cues, mistaking them for shyness, busyness, or a desire for independence. But repeated avoidance tells the truth. She is not prioritizing connection with you. Behaviorally, pay attention to the quality of the time she allows you. Does she make excuses to avoid intimate settings? Does she remain distant or distracted during moments that could foster connection? Genuine interest is shown through consistency, availability, and willingness to share time. When these are missing, it is a clear reflection of her emotional priorities. High-value men recognize that shared time is the ultimate currency of attraction. If she is unwilling to invest this currency, it signals disinterest. Psychologically, avoiding alone time reduces emotional intimacy and creates distance. Women are drawn to men who are available, confident, and intentional with their presence. By not prioritizing private interactions, she is signaling that her energy and attention are elsewhere. A high-value man interprets this behavior rationally. He understands that pursuing someone who avoids closeness undermines his value and wastes his emotional energy. Avoidance is rarely random. It is a subconscious reflection of her level of interest and investment. Responding effectively means maintaining composure and respecting your own time. Do not beg, guilt, or manipulate her into spending private time with you. Instead, observe her willingness to engage voluntarily. If she consistently avoids opportunities to connect on a deeper level, accept the reality without frustration. Redirect your energy toward women who demonstrate reciprocal interest and actively choose to invest time with you. In short, when a woman avoids spending one-on-one time, it is a strong indicator that she is not genuinely interested. Patterns of avoidance, excuses, and preference for group settings reflect her lack of investment and priority. Recognizing this sign early protects your emotional energy, preserves your self-respect, and allows you to focus on connections that are mutual, meaningful, and worthy of your attention. 6. She shows little or no physical affection. Men, the sixth unmistakable sign that a woman isn't interested is her lack of physical affection or intimacy. Attraction is expressed not only through words and attention, but also through touch, closeness, and nonverbal connection. A woman who is genuinely attracted to you will naturally engage in subtle physical cues, holding hands, leaning in, playful touches, or affectionate gestures. When these behaviors are absent, it signals emotional distance and a lack of desire to build intimacy. Physical affection is one of the most primal indicators of interest. It shows comfort, trust, and emotional investment. If she avoids touch, keeps her distance, or seems stiff and formal when around you, it reflects her internal disinterest. This is true in early dating stages as well as more established interactions. Many men misinterpret friendliness or politeness as attraction, but without the physical component, true interest is missing. Subtle cues like avoiding eye contact during close moments, not reciprocating hugs, or declining opportunities for physical closeness are all signals that she is not invested. Behaviorally, observe her reactions to your attempts at casual or light touches. Does she lean away, stiffen, or act uncomfortable? Does she avoid opportunities for intimacy or physical closeness that would naturally occur between two people interested in each other? A woman who is interested will create moments for physical engagement, often subtly, without pressure. Lack of reciprocation is a reliable indicator that her feelings are not aligned with yours. Psychologically, physical affection is closely tied to emotional connection. When she avoids touch or closeness, it signals that she is not emotionally engaged or invested in the connection. High-value men notice these nonverbal cues because they reflect deeper truths about attraction. Pursuing someone who consistently avoids physical closeness not only wastes your time, but also undermines your confidence and emotional well-being. Recognizing this behavior allows you to maintain composure, respect yourself, and redirect energy toward women who are emotionally and physically engaged. Responding effectively means acknowledging reality without overreacting. Do not force affection, guilt her for distance, or try to warm her up through repeated efforts. High-value men maintain self-respect and allow physical closeness to be mutual and voluntary. If she does not reciprocate naturally, it is a clear signal that she is not interested. This is not about rejection personally. It is about recognizing her true level of investment and responding strategically. In short, a lack of physical affection is a strong indicator of disinterest. Patterns of avoidance, discomfort, or distance reflect emotional detachment and a lack of desire. Recognizing this sign early protects your energy, maintains your dignity, and ensures that your attention is focused on women who are genuinely interested, emotionally invested, and physically engaged in building a connection with you. 7. She talks about other men. Men, the seventh and final clear sign. A woman isn't interested in you is when she frequently talks about other men. This behavior is not always intentional or malicious, it's often subconscious, but it communicates that her attention, interest, or emotional energy is elsewhere. Women naturally invest in men they find attractive, and discussing other men signals that you are not a priority in her mind. Whether she mentions past partners, crushes, or men she's casually dating, it's a clear cue that her focus isn't on you. This behavior can appear in several ways. She might casually reference another man in conversation, compare you to someone else, or bring up stories about other men she finds interesting. Many men overlook this, rationalizing it as harmless chatter or testing your reaction. In reality, consistent references to other men reflect a lack of emotional investment and indicate that she is not fully committed to pursuing a connection with you. High-value men recognize that words often reflect underlying priorities, and repeated talk of other men is a red flag. Behaviorally, observe the frequency and context of these mentions. Occasional comments may be harmless, but consistent focus on other men demonstrates her emotional attention is divided. Does she highlight other men's qualities, accomplishments, or attractiveness in comparison to you? Does she bring them up in moments where you are trying to build connection or intimacy? These patterns are telling. Women who are genuinely interested do not habitually highlight alternatives. They focus on engaging with you and demonstrating your value in their world. Psychologically, discussing other men can serve multiple purposes for her. It may be a way to assert control, test your confidence, or simply reveal that she's exploring options. Regardless of intent, the effect is the same. It signals disinterest and reduces your perceived value. High-value men do not allow these comments to destabilize their confidence. They observe, assess, and respond rationally, maintaining self-respect and composure. Attempting to compete for attention or feeling jealousy only lowers your attractiveness. It signals insecurity and emotional dependency. Responding effectively means recognizing the pattern, not overreacting, and redirecting your energy. If she repeatedly talks about other men while showing minimal interest in you, it's a clear indicator that she is not invested. Do not try to win her over with validation or attention. Instead, focus on interactions where interest and engagement are mutual. High-value men prioritize connections that are reciprocal and respectful, not connections where they must fight for attention against imagined or real competition. In short, a woman who frequently talks about other men is signaling disinterest. Patterns of comparison, references to past or current male attention, and lack of exclusive focus reveal her emotional priorities. Recognizing this early protects your time, energy, and confidence, allowing you to pursue women who are genuinely invested in you, attracted to you, and committed to engaging with you exclusively. This awareness ensures you maintain high-value behavior and avoid wasting effort on someone who is not emotionally available. Men, recognizing disinterest early is one of the most powerful tools you can have in modern dating. Women communicate their level of attraction through action, effort, and engagement. If a woman isn't initiating contact, giving effort, engaging in meaningful conversation, communicating consistently, spending time alone with you, showing physical affection, or prioritizing you over other men, she is signaling that she is not interested. Understanding these 7 behaviors allows you to act decisively and protect your time, energy, and self-respect. The key takeaway is clarity. Stop rationalizing inconsistent behavior or hoping that her interest will grow over time. Interest is shown through repeated action, not words or occasional gestures. High-value men notice patterns, not exceptions. By objectively evaluating her behavior, you avoid wasted emotional investment and position yourself to attract women who are genuinely invested in you. This approach creates a dynamic where you remain in control of your emotions and interactions rather than letting disinterest dictate your energy. Many men fail because they ignore these signals, continue to chase, or try to fix the situation. High-value men act strategically. They recognize disinterest, maintain composure, and redirect their energy to connections that are mutual, respectful, and fulfilling. By doing so, you not only preserve your dignity, but also naturally increase your attractiveness. Women respect and pursue men who demonstrate self-respect, discernment, and emotional stability. In short, These 7 signs are not just warnings, they are opportunities. Opportunities to maintain high-value behavior, protect your emotional energy, and focus on women who are genuinely drawn to you. Learning to read disinterest effectively allows you to make confident decisions, avoid frustration, and create a dating life where your efforts are matched with authentic attraction and engagement. Recognize the signs, trust your instincts, and always prioritize connections where your value is recognized and reciprocated.